In 1907, a female factory worker who had lost her job for resisting her supervisor's advances wrote to a New York City newspaper, the Jewish Daily Forward, asking for help. The girls in the shop were very upset over the foreman's vulgarity, she wrote, but they didn't want him to throw them out, so they are afraid to be witnesses against him. What can be done about this? Around that time, Rose Schneiderman, a venerable union organizer, confronted New York garment shop owner about his habit of casually groping his female employees' rears. "Why, Miss Schneiderman," the man reportedly replied, "these girls are like my children." A female employee present at the meeting remarked they'd rather be orphans. Share on Facebook, share on Twitter. Tweet link with employers spending resources on sexual harassment training programs and the very public disgrace of so many high-profile men from various industries. It seems unlikely there are really any men left. Dinosaurs, writers tend to call them, an insult to the megaphobe, who honestly don't know sexually harassing women at work is considered wrong. Photo, Chris Pitzello. Looking back on these and similar accounts, it's striking how little effort perpetrators used to put into hiding or denying their abuses. They sexually accosted and mocked female employees on crowded factory floors and during ordinary business hours and, when confronted, sought to excuse themselves rather than rebut the accusations. They had little reason to do otherwise. There were neither procedural, that is, official laws, rules or regulations providing for punishment or penalties, or many persuasive, that is, unofficial, informal, cultural, barriers against those kinds of abuses. Labor laws were nascent and cultural attitudes toward working women were negative. Put lightly, since then, women and activists seem to have won the war of persuasion. In a recent Washington Post ABC poll, only 21% of respondents said they did think sexual harassment in the workplace is a problem, and it's not clear whether those respondents simply don't think sexual harassment happens much anymore or if they believe it does but aren't bothered by it. On the other hand, 64% of respondents, a solid majority, said they consider sexual harassment at work a serious problem. Related articles. It never live with a partner again, and here's why. Vintage view. No excuse for sex crimes. Today's predators might try to explain themselves with mentions of old-fashioned upbringings, but their actions belie their words. Exorbitant sums of hush money, clandestine notes, private hotel rooms and careful victim scouting are not the precautions of heedless old-timers. He was good at figuring out which things he could say to which people. Former New Republic executive editor Rachel Morris said of Leon Wieseltier, the publication's former literary editor now accused of years of inappropriate behavior with female staffers. That are the triangulations of people who know that are doing